Peter, obviously, I wanted to bring you on, just have a chat with you about your journey with Manset. I know
Yep.
you've absolutely crushed it. You sometimes you work 18 hours a day. You're busy, but you've still managed to obviously drop pretty much 30 kgs. I'm just going to say 30 kgs because I know you're 29 point something, but I'm just going to say 30 kgs because you're pretty much there, and it's still continuing to go down. So, uh,
Yep.
yeah, I just basically wanted you to share your honest experience about Manset from pretty much when you started to pretty much where you are now.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Kruger, when I started, I was I wasn't in a real good place. I was struggling with a lot. My life, my weight, my health, especially. I just actually no, I hadn't. I was still. I wasn't crook when I started with Manset, was I?
No, not when
But
you.
but my weight was. I had issues with my weight, and I struggled. I tried to lose. I'd gain. I'd lose weight. I'd gain weight. The old yo-yo effect. And it pissed me off. Like I couldn't keep weight off. And in the time that I've been in Manset, I've learnt so much. Learnt not only about my food and nutrition, I've learned a lot about myself personally, mentally, um, how to control my frustrations. If I get pissed off or I get upset, instead of turning to food, which I always do, I used to do, I'd I'd turn to go for a walk, or I'd grab a drink, grab a bottle of water, or I just think, why the hell am I letting this get to me? And my mindset has changed completely as a result of Manset from letting things get to me, and they still do. They still get to me from the odd occasion, but I've learned how to control what I do as a result of getting pissed off or getting frustrated or getting cranky, upset. And I've lost, as you said, around about 30 kilos. Um, it's been a slow process. It hasn't been quick. It's been a process that has allowed me the knowledge to keep that weight off. And I know I'm going to keep it off. It will be a struggle. It's not an easy thing. And as you've said throughout the process, if you think it's easy, you think it's going to be a cakewalk. It's not. It's not going to be easy, but I've changed my life now to a point where I know how to control it. I know how to keep the weight off. Recording what I eat, which we're taught, like Shane to do and taught to do, so we know how many calories we're having, is a godsend because there's so much shit in stuff that it's hard. I just used to eat. I didn't care. It is what it is. I'd eat. But now I actually look at what I'm eating. I plan what I'm eating. Sometimes it's not easy being on the road to plan, like in the truck, because I've only got so much room. I can't take all the fresh ingredients all the time, but I take what I need most of the time, and I keep away from those things that any truck driver will know. The egg and bacon rolls, the hamburgers, the chips, the takeaway, the fast food. If I go into a truck stop, which I do on the odd occasion, I order steak, I order fish, I order chicken. I don't eat all that crap, fatty processed
Yeah.
food.
So you,
And hell, it makes a difference.
yeah, because you've obviously come a long way. You've made better choices. Mentally, you're more in control of these decisions compared to where you were. But where were you like mentally in yourself to where you are mentally now in terms of just your energy, your confidence, just how you feel about yourself compared to where you were?
Ah, it's like I'm two completely different people. Mentally, before I struggled, I wasn't happy. Like I'd look in the mirror and go, "You're fucking joking." I wasn't happy. I hated how I was. but I dealt with it. I worked with it. It was something that I know. Well, it is what it is. I am.
Oh, you just yeah. You're gonna have to unmute again.
Now I've got to a point where it's not what I am. What I am is what I want to be up here. That my mental thought pattern is completely different. It's no longer do I think, oh, I am what I am. I am what I want to be. I am what I'm going to make myself to be. And I look at myself now and go, man, I can see things. I don't have, like where I'm sitting now, my stomach would be hitting the steering wheel. And there's 4 inch gap, 4.5 inch gap. I wouldn't be able to sit comfortably like what I'm doing now. The energy, holy shit. I haven't had this much energy in a long time. I can do 100 push-ups on my knees, but I can do 100 push-ups. I can do the burpees. I can do all of that thing which previously I didn't have the energy to freaking do. I work, like I'll start work, as you know, Kruger, sometimes 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going till midnight, 1 o'clock. I find the time to do my exercises and do some walking. Like today, while I was waiting to load, I was doing my plank on a bit of concrete in the waiting room. I had one of the workers come past and go, "Are you all right?" "Yeah, mate, just doing my exercises."
Awesome, awesome. And
And,
what do you
and
feel like? What do you feel for you like? Because I know you've tried. I mean, you've tried shakes, you've tried keto, you've tried the other diets and everything like that. But what's been different with Manset compared to everything else you've tried, just in terms of like support, in terms of sustainability, in terms of all that, and keeping the weight
I've got the support. On the phone with you now, I spoke to Zane yesterday. We've got the round tables twice a week, which if need, like I try and get to both. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you can't hear me when I do get on. But there's that support. If we've got issues or we've got problems, we can shoot you a text. You'll get back to us. Being on the group where if you've got a question, you can talk to anyone in Manset, not just yourself or Zane, but you're actually able to talk to any of the boys. If you need it, send a message. Someone's going to answer. You're not left alone. If you've got dramas or you're struggling, you got the support from yourselves. You got the support from everybody that's in the program because we're all in the same boat. We're all here for a reason to change our lives, to lose weight, and just change our outlook. And I know myself personally, if I don't have the support when I'm in trying to lose weight, I struggle. I need that support to get to where I've got to get to. Not so bad when I've got to where I've got to get, like when I'm at where I want to be. It's a lot easier. But to have that support to keep you accountable, and
100%.
it's accountable. Like some of these challenges we do, if you wanted to lie about what you did, you could. But you know what? That doesn't make you're not accountable then. It's you're lying to not only yourself, but you're lying to everybody. And doing Manset has made me not only accountable to myself, but I've got a group of 60 odd brothers that I'm accountable to, my family. And weight loss is a thing where you can cheat. You can do things that aren't going to help.
100%, 100%.
And
Just briefly too, Peter. Like, if you were to touch on like the two, like in terms of just like how you feel like knowing that you can keep the weight off because it's sustainable compared to the other things you've tried. You just touch on that a little bit on your experience with that.
Um, Knowing that I've got the support now. Originally I reached out to you 20 odd weeks ago, and it's just knowing that I've got someone there who for me, I care about as a friend, who put me under their wings, who has guided me and supported me personally. For me, makes what I'm doing that much more worthwhile. It makes me feel that I'm not on my own. It makes me feel that I've got that support that I need to get this journey done and to do this journey. And hell, it makes a difference.
Right. That's awesome.
And for me, that is the biggest thing, knowing that I've got the support and guidance I need to get to where I need to be and to become the man that I need to become.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like we've been saying, it's just because of it's only just the beginning for you. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
not I want to share, ultimately the transformation photo. I don't want to just share that just yet because I know you're going to hit the 40, potentially, get into that 50 mark ultimately. Getting down to obviously that 40 mark will be down close to about 100 kilos, which is
Yep.
awesome. But I just wanted you to share your journey now because your life has transformed so much over the course of that time frame in such a short time frame. But if you were to tell yourself, right, and you were to convince yourself back then, about what's ahead, let's say you're old Peter, what would you tell him if he was considering, wanting to do something like this? What would you tell
I'd tell the old Peter, get off your ass and make the commitment to do this, because it's going to change your life. Like my health, as a result of me doing the last 20 weeks, I was on the verge of diabetes, as in within 3 weeks to 4 weeks, I would have been on insulin because of the fact that I would have had diabetes. And for 18 months, I was on that knife edge of diabetes, and I'd sort of lose a little bit, put a little bit of weight back on, and I'd lose it, go and see the doctor. Oh, you're all right. I gained it again because of that yo-yo effect of the dieting. High blood pressure. I was within 2 weeks, the same appointment, which was about 2 or 3 weeks later, I would have been on blood pressure tablets. I ended up, as you know, in hospital with heat stroke and acute heart failure. Well, if I hadn't started the process and the journey when I did a month or so back, there's a fair chance I wouldn't have been here now. So yeah, it's made a huge difference. And I'd be telling that old Peter, get off your fucking ass, excuse French, and do what you need to do to be around for my grandkids, because there's one here in about 5 or 6 weeks' time, to be here for my family and friends, and to actually grow old and be a grumpy old man. Which, if I kept going the way I was going, I'd have struggled to make 60. Where now, I'd be happy to say I'm going to make 70, 80, 90. Maybe.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, Peter, you've come such a long way, and it's only just the beginning. So I look really forward to just like sharing again when you lose 50 kilos, and we're under that 100 kg mark. So I'm just sharing this because it's just the beginning for you. Like I said, it's already dramatically changed. What's really, really just amazed me what you said was just you have totally flipped your life around to the point where if you went through all that acute heart failure and you didn't have your health in check at that point, that just would have totally reduced the chances of you, or increase the chances of you not being around.
Yeah, yep,
That decision is where again a lot of men are sitting. They're sitting in a place where they're becoming burdens to their family and medical bills and heart problems, diabetes, all the list goes on, which is
yep.
just it's good to see. But Peter, we'll wrap it off there, but I'll let you wrap off on anything else. Any last words for anyone that's watching this back?
Yep.
It's going to be up on, wherever I slap it up. So just anything you want to add if someone's watched this far to any message to them if they're in this
Yep.
situation.
There is no excuses. Don't make excuses. I'm tired. I don't have the time. I'm working all day. I've got to go home and I've got to do stuff. There is no excuses. As you know, as you said, I work an 18-hour plus day some days. I still find the time to go for a bit of a walk, to eat healthy, to turn up to our round tables when I can. There is no excuse because excuses mean you may not get that opportunity. I was lucky enough to get the opportunity. If you make excuses, it'll come to a point where you don't have that opportunity. You lose out, your family lose out, your friends lose out. Don't make excuses. Make the decision to change your life and change your life for the better. All I can say is do that.
Awesome, Peter. Awesome. Thanks for jumping on, and yeah, if you guys do, again, I'll post this in the group. If you want to, apply or see if you qualify, there'll be a link under this video in the group, so you can tap that. But thanks for jumping on, Peter, and yeah,